Hey, I wanted to do this video because you really got me thinking today whenever we were texting back and forth, and it made me really remember why I fell in love with Young Living to start with. And so I've been using their products now for 5 years, and sometimes you just kind of forget exactly why you love them so much. And so I want to tell you 3 things about my personal experiences, and I was going to text it out to you, but it was way too much. So I just thought I'll do a video and I hope you watch it. So the first 3 things is, well, first of all, when I first got started with Young Living, I had no idea, and I had used other oils, and so I just needed something that would help and would change my life. And so that's why I started with Young Living. And then whenever I started digesting and learning so much, it completely changed my entire perspective. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the Young Living Foundation. This is truly the heart of Young Living. And if you go to Young Living or younglivingfoundation.org, you can see all the different aspects of the Young Living Foundation. But I'm just going to tell you what I have personally seen, that I have seen in the past 5 years. So there's many different aspects, but I have really focused in on the Hope for Justice. And that is where they're trying to help fight and end human trafficking. It is headquartered in Tennessee, and I have attended several events in Tennessee. I've been to a Chattanooga event, and I've been to a Nashville event, and they were all the proceeds, the certain things were going towards that. Whenever I did the 5K in Utah, that went for Hope for Justice. And so that is something that is very near and dear to my heart. And to see how they have helped and the things that they have done to help take these women and children who were enslaved in human trafficking and then to completely change their lives. And they not only do it in the United States, but they do it in many different locations around the world. And so if you go to that website and you can look at Hope for Justice and all that they do. Another thing that I have seen is that they have mission trips, and I have talked with somebody who she created jewelry, and she made Palo Santo beads, and that's how she raised money to go on the mission trip. And she was actually where they make the Palo Santo beads, and she went and did all kinds of mission projects. So this company is very mission minded. They help any natural disaster. They help the local communities. When they had the wildfires, they would have different like feeding events. They do a lot in Salt Lake City, Utah, where one of their farms are. So the entire business was actually built upon the premises of helping people. And I know that every Christmas usually and other times of the year, they have different things that are made and handcrafted. So this is like one of the ones that I got last year. So this was given if you purchased so much. I think it was in November or December, I can't remember which. But whenever you got it, you actually got to see this, and it says you purchased to open to see the power of your purchase, and it is the Young Living Foundation. And when you open it up, it has a lady, and you get to meet her. Her name's Sissy, age 30, and she said, I used to carry heavy jerry cans of water for $1.38 a day. When I joined an enterprise group, I learned the importance of self-reliance. As my income increased, I was able to pay for my own place, enroll my sons in school, and provide financial support to my parents. Our artisan partners create sustainable, fair work and skills training so women like Sissy can break the cycle of poverty for the rising generation. So, and it was handmade in Uganda. So, and this is another one that I got. So we can actually purchase things on the Young Living website, and all of the proceeds go to the people who handcraft and make them, and it goes to the foundation. So I truly want you to know that the heart of the company is the Young Living Foundation and helping people. And whenever I went to Utah, I think it was 3 years ago, that is what truly changed my entire perspective on Young Living, and it's what made me like fall deeply in love with them. And a huge part of that was the Young Living Foundation and all of the things that they do to try to help and support thousands of people around the world each and every day. The second thing that made me really love Young Living was their transparency. They are the only company in the world that will let you go and see every part of the process. And I actually have experience in that. I got to go to convention. Anybody can go, but I went 3 years ago to Utah. And during convention, they have one whole day where it's farm day, and you just get to pick which day you pick. But I went to the Mona farm. I walked through the lavender. I planted clary sage. I went into the distillery. I got to see what they were making. The smells there were they're indescribable. I can still, to this day, every time I open up a bottle of lavender, it transports me back into the distillery at the Mona farm. It is just breathtaking just to see all of that, the hard work and the care that goes into it. And they do take a different perspective. They take the perspective of, they look at the climate of the plant and what is the best sustainable climate. Then they go find soil, and it has to be untouched soil. So it cannot have any pesticides or chemicals or anything like that in it. And then they cultivate it. And I went to Chattanooga, and I went to a workshop where they had brought out some of the farmers. And when you sit there and listen to them talk, like, they love their job, they love their plants. It's not just a job to them. It's like something completely different. And whenever you actually put your hands in the soil, because when we were there, we got to plant lavender and take one home, and I got to bring the soil home. But the soil is just like, it is unlike anything I have ever touched in my life. And the soil, you can pick it up and it smells like the lavender, and it's soft. And my hands were completely just, oh, they felt so good after I touched it. It was amazing. I can't, you have to experience it yourself to actually see it. But once you do, like, it like solidifies it for you, and you just fall in love with the products and the company based upon by what you see and how they treat every human and the plants. Like, they treat them like they are living things. It's just, I can't believe it. Indescribable. But the transparency is that you can go to any farm, and they have tons of farms and partner farms. And the partner farms, they have to meet their standards. So you have to meet all of Young Living standards, and you have to do things, but they treat all of their people super. I mean, I've never seen a company that treats their people the way that they treat theirs. It's just amazing. And so you can go to the farm, and I think that's when I truly fell in love, was when I went to the lavender farm in Mona, Utah. It's just amazing. Like, I mean, I just can't even describe it. And again, I am transported back there every time I open up a bottle of lavender. It's something that you never forget. The third thing that I chose Young Living was their purity, and that was a super big deal to me. I wanted something that was effective, and I wanted something that was pure. And I have used doTERRA, and I have used other oil companies, and I have used Young Living, and there is no comparison on the purity. And I guess the biggest example that I saw was peppermint. Like, I suffered from headaches constantly, and so I would try different things to help me with headaches. And whenever I used Young Living, it blew every other company out of the water. And I know it was because of the purity. Like, they test each bottle of oil over 21 times, and if it does not pass one of those tests, then it does not come to your door. So you can guarantee that what you are getting is 100%. And they have the transparency to back it up. So you can actually go and see every part of the process. And as you get up into the higher ranks, like they will gift you trips and stuff to the different farms, and like you can go to Hawaii and make your own sandalwood. You can go to the one up in Canada and do the Northern Lights black spruce. So it is an amazing 100% pure, and I encourage you to just try and test it out. And the biggest one that I have seen the huge difference in is peppermint. Try doTERRA, try another brand, and then try Young Living, and you can just smell and see the difference in how effective it is. Especially if you have a headache, you will know that there's a difference, because when I have a headache, I'm only putting Young Living on because it's the only one that touches it. And so you are absolutely right. You can go and choose whatever you choose. It is totally up to you. It's your priorities. But I just wanted to tell you my experiences and what I have experienced, and just let you know that this company was never created to make a profit. The company was only created to make each oil for a purpose. Gary Young created most of the different blends and things for his family members, his wife, and to help them out, and then for himself because he was in so much pain from whenever he had a logging accident. There's a book that I read, and it's a great book, and so I just wanted to share this. I don't know if it will change your mind, or if you are, set on doTERRA. And if you are, that's perfectly fine. I just had to share what was on my heart because I truly do love this company. It has changed my life. The people are amazing and they care so much. And they are unlike any organization I've ever been with. And I'm not in it to get rich quick. It's a long process. I'm just in it because I love the products and I love what they do, and I love to share and help people. That's really why I do what I do. And that's why most of us do that, because we just love the products and we love helping people. And so if you ever decide that you do want to pursue Young Living, I hope that you'll contact me and we can work together, and I'll help you in any way that I can. And I only wish the best for you, and I am praying for you, and I'm praying that God blesses you. I would love to work together, but if that's not what is in His plan, then I totally hope that you do well in whatever you do. So I just wanted to share this from my heart, and I hope you'll watch it, and I hope you will continue to use the products. And that's all. Bye.